Serge Monast and another journalist, both of whom were researching Project Bluebeam, died of heart attacks within weeks of each other, although neither had a history of heart disease. Serge was in Canada. The other Canadian journalist was visiting Ireland. Prior to his death, the Canadian government abducted Serge's daughter in an attempt to dissuade him from pursuing his research into Project Bluebeam. His daughter was never returned. Pseudo-heart attacks are one of the alleged methods of death induced by Project Bluebeam. There are two different aspects of step 2. The first step is the space show. Where does the space show come from? The space show, the holographic images, will be used in a simulation of the ending, during which all nations will be shown scenes that will be the fulfillment of that which they desire to verify, the prophecies and adversary events. These will be provided from satellites onto the sodium layer about 60 miles above the Earth. We see tests every once in a while, but they are called UFOs and flying saucer sightings. The result of these deliberately staged events will be to show the world the new Christ, the new Messiah, for the immediate implementation of the New World religion. Enough truth will be foisted upon an unsuspecting world to hook them into the lie. Even the most learned will be deceived. The project has perfected the ability for some device, referred to as tractor beams by ufologists, to lift up an enormous number of people, as in Rapture, and whisk the entire group into a never-never land. We see tests of this device in the abduction of humans by those mysterious little gray aliens who snatch people out of their beds and throw windows into waiting motherships. The calculated resistance to the universal religion and the new Messiah and the ensuing holy wars will result in the loss of human life on a scale never imagined before in all of human history. The Bluebeam Project will pretend to be the universal fulfillment of the prophecies of old, as major an event as that which occurred 2,000 years ago. In principle, it will make use of the skies as a movie screen, on the sodium layer at about 60 miles. As space-based laser-generating satellites project simultaneous images to the four corners of the planet in every language and dialect according to the region. It deals with the religious aspect of the New World Order and is deception and seduction on a massive scale. The advancement of techniques propel us toward the third step in a Bluebeam project that goes with the telepathic and electronically augmented two-way communication, where ELF, VLF, and LF waves will reach each person from within his or her own mind, convincing each of them that their own God is speaking to them from the very depths of their own soul. That kind of technology goes into the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Research where the human brain has been compared to a computer. Information is fed in, processed, integrated, and then a response is formulated and acted upon. Mind controllers manipulate information the same way a computer programmer manipulates information. In January 1991, the University of Arizona hosted a conference entitled the NATO Advanced Research Workshop on Current and Emergent Phenomena and Bimolecular Systems. What does that mean exactly? It means this. We refer to one paper that was delivered at the conference, which stands out for its different attitude towards the development under discussion at the time. It was in effect a protest and chilling warning to the attending scientists about the potential abuse for their research findings. Their findings, of course, stated that the United States has already developed communications equipment which can make the blind see, the deaf hear, and the lame walk. It can relieve the terminally ill people from pain without the use of drugs or surgery. I'm not talking about science fiction. A man might retain the use of all his faculties right up to the moment of his death. This communications equipment depends upon a completely new way of looking at the human brain and neuromuscular systems and radiation pulses at ultra-low frequencies. Some of these equipment is now operational within the Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI. It will never be used to make the blind see, the deaf hear, and the lame walk, because it is central to the domestic political agenda and foreign policy of George Bush and his puppet master of the New World Order.